Hey everyone, welcome to another installment of the First Impression series, a series where I review an album just after one listen. Now for today, this is a really interesting case as this is kind of a pseudo-double album with it being divided into two albums, but they're both released simultaneously. Both are released on the March 1st, 2019, and this is War and Peace by Demon Hunter. Now, this review covers Peace, so if you want to watch the review for War, then it's going to be in a video card at the end of this video, so you can go ahead and check out that review. Now, for my overall score as a whole for this particular double album, my score is going to be the overall score of these two reviews, the median between them. So, for example, if I gave one a 4 and the other a 5, then my score would be 4.5. Or if I gave one a 6 and the other an 8, then my overall score would be a 7, and so forth. So you are going to have to watch both reviews if you want the overall score of the double album as a whole. But if you're just looking for one half of the album, then that's fine. Now, as with all my reviews, we're going to talk about the artwork. Remember, this has no bearing in on my opinion on the music. This is just for fun. This cover features the iconic Demon Hunter logo, but in a more metallic fashion, and I really do like it. There's also a slightly cracked tablet in the background. This is a cover I really do like. It makes it feel like it's a sort of statue that's kind of like in memoriam, and it's definitely something that I think really contrasts really well, especially with the idea of War and Peace. And I do feel both covers do their jobs well, and this one in particular really does do darn good job with the whole peace side of the concept, because they could have easily done something where they did something very similar to where they could have they could have done something where it's like very similar to the A Death and Destination compilation cover, and maybe like spring some roses here and there, but they actually went for something a little bolder here, and I do think it worked out very nicely. This is a cover I am definitely a fan of. It's a perfect 10 out of 10 cover for me. Now, we're going to dive into the music of this disc. We start out with More Than Bones, which has an interesting industrial element, which reminds me of the intro to Dig by Mudvayne. Really like the guitar harmonics on this track. The second song is I Don't Like You, and I like the subtle choir ambience on this track. We get to Loneliness after that, and the main melody here is solid, and the pattern of the riffs coming in the intro is solid. This is the first ballad on this album, and it's a solid ballad here. We get the title track, Peace, and the chorus on the song is great, and the songwriting is as well, and the outro on the song is solid. Fifth song is When the Devil Come. I really like the strumming on this track, and the flair and the instrumentation on this track. The percussion is also solid. This is a song that overall has sort of that on-the-road kind of feeling to it. And we reach track 6, Time Only Takes. Some neat guitar leads in the intro. The riff ridge here is neat on this track, and the guitar solo is good. And the chorus is great as well, and this very strong outro on this album. Or song, excuse me, sorry. Seventh song is Two Ways. Not as big on the chorus on this track, and the guitar solo is solid here. Eighth song is Rescue Myself. There is some fuzzy wall industrial noise with this kind of nice ambience in the background. The piano works well in this track, and it fits with the transition into the ambience, and the vocals on the track from the soft to loud gritty work. Ninth song is Bet My Life. The riffs on the bridge I found to be slightly odd. I felt there was too big of a curve on those sort of bends. And our final song here is Fear Is Not My Guide, which is a piano ballad, and a nice one. A stripped down the nature of the song with it just being Ryan's vocals, and the piano works very well for this track, and it's a rather fitting closer with the message of the track being contentment and not being driven by what could happen or the worst possible outcome, but regardless of what happens, that fear won't control you. Now, as with the War review, this review will also cover a bonus track that's available in the deluxe edition, which is Tear You Down. The industrial element of this track does remind me of Rammstein, and the riffs work on this track. The song overall is fine. It's kind of a Demon Hunter song, so yeah. As for my overall thoughts on this album as a whole, this, as suggested, if you take this as its own thing, this would be the softest Demon Hunter album to date. There are a little industrial elements, which is something on the self-titled Demon Hunter debut album, which do work here. The melodies on this track are strong. The lyrics here are on the forefront due to the more softer nature of this Demon Hunter release, and they are fantastic throughout. The second half is stronger than the first half on this disc, I found. And due to the outside of the box nature of this CD compared to other Demon Hunter albums, this particular disc allows for more experimentation, though there is subtle enough not to throw people off. It's still Demon Hunter. The best part on this more melodic Demon Hunter songs, for the most part, is here. The album as a whole, lot better if you spin it right after War, further cementing my thoughts on this being a double LP and further cementing the sort of idea that it was envisioned as these two were connected. You know, like that saying of there's a time for war, there's a time for peace, and that sort of thing. So I guess you could also make the case that it could work if you played peace then war, but I recommended doing the war than peace because I haven't actually tested either way yet. And the song structure here is a lot simpler and more on the basic side, however that benefits the album and its tone, and this is definitely a strong offering for the band. That is why I'm going to give Peace by Demon Hunter an overall score of 9 out of 10, giving it a tier of excellent. And my favorite tracks on this album were More Than Bones, When the Devil Comes, Time It Only Takes, Rescue Myself, and Fear Is Not My Guide. What were your thoughts on Peace by Demon Hunter? Let me know in the comments down below. And what were your thoughts on this double album as a whole? And remember to check out my review for War, which is going to be on the end card here. And I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this review. And I hope you all have a great day.